So a major update dropped on April 1st. This video is basically an extension of the first video. If you don't know what this is about, watch the first video. The same rules apply and all. Let's get started. The player appears in a dark area and we meet something terrifying. We are set with a bunch of puzzles and now we are in a new area. We get food, set the time, sit everyone down, and meet with something terrifying again. We are now in a place resembling a home or whatever. We do the laundry, get a call from a classmate and clean Ashley's drawings. We then get verbally abused by a certain someone. Something terrifying gives us some flowers, and we are playing as Andrew. He gets a good score on a test, and while his friends are playing games at lunch, Ashley swoops in and gets escorted out by Mrs. Kent. We return the bag to her, and now Andrew and Mother are home. Mother is pissed while Andrew is studying. Ashley throws her shoes and we are tasked with getting her back up. The noise gets the attention of a neighbor and Ashley threatens her. We get back up and head to the grandparents' house. The bags are put upstairs and the siblings are sent to get blueberries. The last door behind this lock, and we return as Andrew studies while Ashley is bored. She runs off and we have to find her. We get her back up and try to find a way to get her inside without getting noticed. After untying the swing, we get her into the bathroom. Though, as we walk out, Ashley starts showering. Mother seems quite upset about the whole thing, and Ashley puts the blame on Andrew. Andrew's punishment is to plant sprouts in the garden. Ashley ruins his progress, and we get to plant more until we go inside. We figure out that Andrew took so long that he didn't get to eat dinner, so he goes upstairs to find Ashley, you little shit. Andrew threatens to hit her, and she gets Mother's attention. Ashley is sent downstairs while Andrew and Mother talk on the bed. She leaves and Ashley returns. Andrew reads her a book and begins crying. They chat a bit until the screen fades to black. There's then some fast forwarding to the girl in the box, the warden, the 302 lady, Quiet, and the parents. Andrew wakes up in the car and Ashley wakes up too. They drive to a gas station and buy some things. They both use the bathroom, but while Ashley is busy, some cops walk in. A cop bumps into Andrew and he comes up with a very convincing excuse as to why he's here. The cop gives him some tips for shooting his shot. He tries it out and Ashley seems to get into it. They leave and go into the forest to observe the gas station from above. Ashley's then sad, and they return to drive away to another parking spot. They go to sleep and Andrew snags the trinket. We can see that he is not welcome and we are met with a series of puzzles, and then we hear Ashley. We then see a new area with a familiar corpse laid in the middle. More puzzle stuff later, and then a large mass approaches Andrew from behind. We find out that Ashley has entered the dream as well, and has woken Andrew up. Ashley grabs the cleaver and holds it against Andrew's throat, giving the player a choice. We choose Andrew and she seems displeased with the answer. Ashley gets slapped and they're interrupted by some campers. Andrew assists them and they walk away. There's a payphone that Andrew uses to call Julia. They talk while Ashley tries ending the call but doesn't. The call is then interrupted by Jane and the call ends. They continue through the paths to find the campers and set up a ritual somewhere nearby. The siblings then introduce themselves to the campers. Andrew lures them over to the spot and the campers die. Andrew is then sent to find the kid. The kid runs off and Andrew kills the kid. The demon gives us an option to enter the portal as a way of escape. I'll show you what happens if you just don't enter it. If you choose to enter it, you're then put in a new place with more puzzles. Some puzzles later, there's now a large tower. Ashley enters and they make their way up until they get to the very top. They talk for a bit until Ashley gets a little too into it. Again. Andrew tries to leave but is stopped by Ashley. She wants a kiss and tries pushing him to do it by calling him a liar. Well, Andrew, you've done it now. The puzzle is finished and they go back to the circle outside. They are then transported to the demon and are told to get some sleep. The morning arrives and we get to do more puzzles to reach a new area. We collect a spirit for the demon to do whatever with, and the siblings explore the area more. Then more puzzles to reach summoning circles. Andrew is instructed to leave while Ashley looks around the summoning circles with the demon. There's one circle that both of them go through. Ashley makes another circle by the window, and the cultist is killed along with a few others. They return and the demon tells Ashley how Andrew will betray her. She goes to bed, slaps Andrew, then Andrew makes a deal with the demon. The demon is summoned. Andrew asks if there are any souls for him to collect. Some more puzzles later, Andrew tries to collect a soul and eventually does. Then he prepares a large summoning circle. Something terrifying is summoned and the two have a chat while it tries to look deeper into Andrew's memories and past. There's a questionnaire thing, then there's another area with a wedding cake. You could take your anger out on the Ashley plush too. Then an invisible maze thing, and a familiar room with a young Ashley and a flashback. Andrew forges a signature, then we're back to the big demon. Now we're in a theater-like place. Andrew gets to kill multiple Ashleys and brings one back. After placing them, we're now in a school setting where Andrew is getting talked about behind his back. At home, Ashley says she's on a date and goes off. Andrew thinks something is wrong. Ashley returns, and now back to the demon. Back at school, we figure out that there are rumors spreading about the siblings going at it. Julia and Andrew talk for a bit, and then there's another puzzle sequence. Now we're back home while Ashley comes home pissed. Andrew goes to a store and buys some stuff. He returns and then they lay down. Andrew ignores the phone call and then he waters some plants while removing weeds. Now it's Nina's death anniversary. Andrew gets some purple flowers and returns to the grave. We cut back to the demon and then to the siblings laying down together. They fall asleep while Andrew pulls more weeds. Then, in another area, Andrew picks up another key. Andrew kisses Julia and her eyes turn pink. He then wakes up and we figure out that he was kissing his sister while he slept. Andrew begins to freak out and takes a shower. Julia and Andrew are now talking outside. Then a new area with flowers, which was not fun on my first playthrough. Now we're in a new area, and once we get to the button and figure out the pattern, you can look through some keyholes. We get the key and now Julia and Andrew are sitting on the bed. Now at home, Andrew confronts Ashley about her new job and they begin fighting in the bathroom. Dad breaks it up and we convince her to quit the job. Back at Julia's place, Ashley calls Andrew home using some very convincing methods. Then there's a flashback to where Andrew receives the news about the parasites and all. Basically the events leading to the beginning of episode 1. Andrew picks up things about all of the people that he's killed over the story. Andrew gets some flowers and then we get to make a choice. Andrew collects organs and kicks heads around. He gets a young Ashley over to the table. She doesn't want to eat and Andrew threatens her. He just doesn't care anymore and kills her. He then confronts the largest demon who has been watching him. It shows itself while Andrew opens up about his issues. The demon comforts him and offers to help Andrew. He enters the portal and that's the cliffhanger. There's more though. With more dead ends, I'll go through them just so you can see what else there is. To get the other dead ends, the requirements are that you need to kill Quite with 1 bullet. In the dream, kill Andrew, pick up the wedding ring, and in the car, choose Andrew. Once you go through the portal, that's when it starts. That's where I'll begin. Andrew is more pissed off in this segment. Ashley tries to de-escalate the situation, but that just makes things worse. Andrew pulls out his cleaver and begins chasing Ashley. A couple of rooms later, Andrew catches up to her, and the player has a couple of options. A, you catch her and slash her throat open. Once this happens, the demon appears behind Andrew, but he makes it clear that he wants to die. He slits his wrist. And the other option, you could just not catch her, and she draws the gun. Andrew keeps pushing her to kill him already, but he rushes to take it from her. The demon appears and makes a deal with Ashley. Andrew collapses and his body is brought through the portal. A flashback plays and Ashley just casually admits to a crime. She leaves for her room and begins crying. Andrew then enters, then the dream ends. She wakes back up and makes a trinket before barricading a door with a plant and a ball. Andrew wakes up and demands to be let out. Ashley obviously doesn't listen and goes with the demon. Andrew breaks his way out and touches the ball. Then a puzzle sequence. It's not too bad. Afterwards, he goes through another puzzle to find an area with many souls. He grabs flowers and the spirits follow him to a large window where he is then caught by the demon and Ashley. She aims the gun again, while the demon goes on about how it doesn't want to see Andrew again. They are teleported to a new apartment. Andrew figures out that he's been chained to a radiator and just ignores Ashley, who is just yelling at him. She puts the gun up to his head and threatens him. Andrew is just asking for her to do it already, and their neighbor interrupts them. Ashley goes to the bathroom to summon the demon and leaves. Andrew then finds out where he is and tries calling Julia. It goes to voicemail, then Andrew decides to drink all of the booze in the fridge. He is woken up by Ashley hitting him with tobacco products. They begin arguing again, then Andrew tries grabbing Ashley for the key to the chain. He hits her, and the police knock on the door. Ashley stalls a bit while Andrew prepares the area where Carl is lying. After talking their way through the questioning, the police leave and the two both go to bed. Ashley wakes Andrew up with her crying. She comes out, they argue and mess around a bit before going back to bed. The phone rings. It's Julia. Andrew convinces her to help him out and she arrives with bolt cutters. Andrew rummages around for money to pay her back. Julia asks if there's anything to drink. You stop her and buy her something to drink. They talk about some stuff, then Julia gives Andrew a letter. He burns it and an old friend shows up. That friend shows Andrew how his life is going. Then Andrew throws up on the ground and leaves. He then buys some food and booze. enters the house without knowing Ashley has returned, and smokes again. He offers some to Ashley, then does this again. I might have to start keeping count now, this is happening way too many times. They start kissing more, then Andrew pushes Ashley away because, quote, "You're terrible at this." She calls him Big Bro, and he's not pleased at all. Andrew makes some dinner. That's some sad-ass spaghetti. They argue some more, then Andrew's off to bed. The only issue is that Andrew is so hammered that he collapses. He is helped to bed, they talk some more, and finally fall asleep. The morning arrives while the two are met in the bathroom, accompanied by Carl. Ashley tries talking to the demon, and asks to bring the corpse with. It declines, and Ashley dips. Andrew cuts up Carl, and does a laundry list of things. He finishes up, then Ashley returns. She complains about how she has to pick up Andrew's garbage. She's about to throw the cans away until she spots something in the trash. It happens to be a pad, and she begins yelling at Andrew. Some back and forth until Andrew sits himself on the couch, palms to face. Ashley throws some tobacco at him, then some more back and forth until he snaps. He apologizes, but the argument just keeps getting worse. He says one wrong thing and gets slapped. He then approaches Ashley and begins beating her. Ashley stands up and offers to make some cookies. He grabs some booze and lays down. Ashley returns to tell Andrew about the cookies, and asks if he wants any. She asks him if he's gonna stay with her. To prove it, she mounts Andrew. He continues to push her away until a whole sequence that we're just gonna skip. You can use your imagination for this. Once Andrew wakes up and walks to the kitchen, he steps on a wedding ring. Both of the options lead to a dead end. First, I'll choose to drop the ring. Ashley wakes up and they begin arguing about their experience last night. Ashley yanks on Andrew's clothing, asking what his problem is. He spits his drink into her face. She slaps Andrew and throws a bottle which breaks. Andrew grabs the gun and aims it at Ashley's head. She talks her way out of being shot and they open the window to jump out. She's hesitant to jump, but Andrew's all for it. Andrew spots a field trip and asks if they want to traumatize them. Ashley agrees, then she gets the group's attention, and they jump. There's the deadest of dead ends end. The other choice you can make is to keep the ring. The same thing happens where Ashley wakes up and the little argument in the fight, but then Andrew plays eeny meeny miny mo. He lands on the ring, Ashley accepts. They rent another apartment. Andrew sits and watches TV, Ashley returns a bit later. The screen then cuts to Andrew doing laps in the kitchen. Ashley exits the bathroom and, oh. You know, I think that's where we'll end. I'll make some corrections from the last video because I'm dumb, but here we go. 37, 65, 23, 720, 61, 54, 75, 118, 86, 116, 39, 22, 58, 7, 15, 81, 37, 33, 33, 23, 78, 31, 13, 59, 88, 12, 100, 15, 35, 48, 144, 37, 26, 26, 33, 40, 60, 82, 80, 60, 30, 36, 38, 26, 22, 22, 70, 86, 86, 86, 38, 92, 95, 16, 78, 38, 221, 178, 34, 48, 40, 48, 22, 20, 72, 13, 56, 58, 77, 98, 34, 44, 67, 29, 80, 36, 84, 85, 80, 86, 133, 119, 103, 52, 121, 49, 16, 24, 9, 9, 55, 45, 605, and 14. Episode 1 has 517. Episode 2 has 2,332. Episode 3.5 has 6,468. This leads to a total of 9,317 movement tiles. Thank you for watching.